should be played at high volume.
It's said that in Pasadena, California, a legend exists. This legend was known to be a man who was looking to reboot the system. A modern day Neo, if you will, who in our world of cell phones and technology was just trying to make a change. But how, you ask? Well, back in 2015, the people of Pasadena were blessed with this imagery and sound. The man quickly became known as the Pasadena Piper. To those who stopped near him in traffic stoplights, they were blessed with the Piper's intense jazz. The man was out so frequent that some people seen him multiple times. A security guard said that he's seen him 3 times in 1 week, stopping at the same stoplight. A Reddit post popped up on the Pasadena subreddit, asking if anyone had seen the mysterious Piper. Surprisingly enough, someone answered who claimed to be the Piper's son. They stated, "Dad has always been a, artistic kind of guy. In the late 80s, he was in a jazz band that toured with Kenny G. He was a big fan of acid jazz, which is why you hear him playing that wild style. Sadly, my mother divorced him in 1996 because of his weird behavior and lack of money. I think it was the right decision. I still see him sometimes. He lives in a tiny apartment on Fair Oaks, which smells like cat. Nice enough guy though, wouldn't hurt a fly." It's important to state that this could be bullshit, as we never got any proof of the poster being the Piper's son. Another funny thing to add is this little bit where the guy asked Redditor if he will ask his dad to not play near his office. The Redditor said he did, but apparently the legend still shows up to play. Eventually this man had been recorded and shared so much that for a few weeks he became a big hit on the internet.
Enjoy the element right now. Guy in the car. Zoom it,
People began to make memes. The Pasadena Piper had become a bona fide legend, and eventually he created his own Instagram and social media to continue his story. But sadly, he didn't seem to stay with it. I will say that some of his posts on social media were interesting, to say the least.
Those words, no diggity, and I came from dig it, we originated dig it, and this is now no diggity.
It also seems like he was trying to use the parking lot of the Rose Bowl as some sort of live concert, and he was pretty much succeeding at doing so. We'll get back to that in a minute though, because in 2017 Vice actually had tracked down the Piper for an interview, and there's a lot of information here all at once, so I'm going to switch to a more list format and kind of just give a quick detailed explanation of him. So what's known as the Piper is in his 60s, and he does play mostly at the Rose Bowl parking lot. Usually when people see him driving, he's driving to or from there when he's playing. He does it in the car for various reasons, but one of the main ones is not to annoy his neighbors. As he plays at such a loud pitch, it could be heard easily through the walls, as it's easily heard through traffic. Another reason, and this is quoted, "There are so many things that create these tensions. If you can get people to dance in the street, damn, that's a good thing." And the man does seem a little bit off his rocker, but not in a harmful way or anything. But he does go on about this rhythm, harmony, and melody thing, and how when you connect the three, they become this triforce of sorts that will make people wake up and reboot them. And the little funny thing is, they asked him if he's seen Future's Mask Off song, because of the flute and mask off, and he replied and said no. so they showed it to him. And then he continues to call the song rudimentary and quotes, "I would take that and give it some color, seriously." In November 2017, the Piper is actually made the king of the 40th annual Doodah Parade. And the Doodah Parade is a flamboyant celebration in honor of ridiculousness. I guess it would be a celebration of the strange. You kind of gotta see it to understand. Last we heard of the Piper, he was at the 41st annual Doodah Parade, where he became honored and a permanent member of the parade. And sadly, that's kind of where our story ends. There's not too much information about the man, but there are lots of clips of the man.
Gold mask.
Gold mask.
Gold mask.
Gold mask.
Gold mask.